Clappy Clapperson. 3, 2, 1. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Welcome to our Silo podcast.
So
I did
thankful.
an ASMR one last week. Not going to do that again this week. But we
Yeah.
hope your drive and your morning and your Monday morning and your Tuesday morning and your Wednesday morning and your
Pop off.
every morning is great,
Shoot.
if you will.
We insist.
Anyways,
I mean, we are so thankful that you're listening, first and foremost. But in this amazing room that Austin and I have found and discovered through our lives being connected, living word, shout out, there's this couch, which I'm just discovering now is covered. It's actually a blue polka dotted couch,
I see that.
which I didn't realize at first because I thought it was just brown.
Yeah.
But the pillows on there, I mean, I feel like it's difficult to find pillows that, like, coexist with each other and become aesthetically pleasing. I mean, I'm always a fan of the browns and the darker greens. Shout out to our last podcast.
Hey-o, branding.
Branding. But these pillows, I mean, is it something, I feel like, I don't know if it's just me, if it's some weird thing that I have.
It's just you.
But, like,
I don't know what you're gonna
I
say.
love walking into, like, rooms and houses and to find that, like, the things that they have decorated with are very aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah, it matters.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
It's a branding of the room.
I mean, it literally creates a space.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're not going to want to walk into a room where there's, like, chainsaws hanging from the ceiling. I mean,
maybe.
unless, like, you're into that. I mean,
If you're into that kind of stuff,
I mean, no means are Austin and I going to be coming to that.
I won't judge you. Maybe a little bit.
Especially,
I feel like out of the two of us, I'm more judgmental.
I don't know. Well,
You could be brutally honest. It's okay. We're live right now. You can tell me.
no. I think
I'll ask you more
maybe,
deep questions.
I think judgmental to the fact where you, not necessarily judgmental, but you're to the point where you think things can become better. Not necessarily because you personally think that they become better, but you think that person can elevate whatever they're doing to the point where you're like, you're going to say it to them.
It's a positive turn.
Yeah.
I was ready for you to roast me, and I wanted you to, but that's okay too. Anyway,
I'm not going to roast you. Well, maybe your
Okay, you
sandals.
could roast me? I wanna hear
Maybe
it.
your sandals.
my sandals make me look like a dad.
If you had socks in them,
I have
then I'd be
mandals on.
Probably okay with
Yo,
them.
for the event shoot like a month ago, I had them on. I
Yeah.
had white socks.
And it was
sandals on.
amazing. I was not judging. But now
So
I'm
I like devolved here.
yeah, you
and
devolved.
sad. Here we are on a Monday morning, giving you the scoop, keeping you in the loop.
Ooh,
Today,
I like that.
since we're riding off a good old high from the event, which was spectacular. Thank you everyone that showed up.
You are amazing.
You seriously have changed the trajectory of Silo, Flair
crying right
Collective, and Older and Wiser. Anyway, we'll get into talking about what Caleb talked about on Saturday. We will talk about finances. Not a topic that is discussed often anywhere.
No.
Honestly. So let's discuss it here. And let's start off with you talking about your finances.
Oh shoot. Yeah, so something that I mean, like, throughout, like, when we live with our parents, it's kind of like, oh, like, I just earn this for allowance. I mean, I'm working a job. I'm gonna, like, pay for gas money. That's about it. And so, like, as I've gotten older, I mean, recently turned 20. It's weird in this decade. But, like, thinking through, like, right, like, I actually have to start thinking out what I'm going to be buying that week and how impactful it is on my overall finances.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's something that, like, I've actually found quite fun budgeting. Because
wow, you are old, huh?
I am old. I mean, I might be 20, but everybody tells me I'm an old man in a young body. Just because, like, you know, budgeting's fun. I mean, you can think about, like, long-term goals, short-term goals, and then be confident enough to make a purchase without having to be feeling regretful about it. Or, like, shoot, I just spent, like, $800 on a tattoo when I should have spent $800 on rent. I mean, like, I think that's where I find the joy in it, and recently I've been getting into it, and through the help of some amazing people, have been working through it. I mean, like, my gen ed teacher in college was like, yo, let me help you out. I was like, this is amazing. And it's been a huge blessing, because I think we find it's almost back to what I always say about calendars. I mean, we think that schedule is controlling, but in actually, all reality, it's very freeing.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're like, oh, shoot.
It frees up space in our brain.
Exactly. And like that's with budgeting. It's like, I can plan out, okay, this week I need to spend money on these things. Well, I actually just got a new client for this job that Austin and I are in, and we're like, shoot, now we have some extra income. Maybe we can spend it on something that we haven't done in a while. And so I guess, not branding. I don't even know. Shout out to the last podcast. But finances, I feel like can be very like scary.
Yeah.
So you're like, I don't know anything about it. But like, if you take time to like really just think through, I'm spending this money, I'm doing this, I'm saving for this. I mean, it can be quite. I mean, in my eyes, it's fun. Mm-hmm. But I'm an old man.
Would you say
82?
Having a plan is worth it?
Oh, without a doubt. I think by no means am I saying that you should plan out everything. I mean, like, I have learned, I used to be very, like, no plan, no way. Like, more on the sense of, like, if we have a plan, I'm not going to have any fun. Mm-hmm. Like, what's the point? Like,
yeah,
I want to be out there having fun. I mean, like, yeah, I'll spend $20 on this. Like, sure, whatever. But then now I'm realizing, wait, like, shoot, I probably lost a good couple $100 throughout those times because I never really thought out what I'm doing. Yeah. And there's no mean as a plan constricting.
Yeah.
Like, it's not. Like, Austin and I were thinking about, I feel like this topic comes up a lot. We're hungry. Thinking about, like, oh, we want to spend money on food.
I'm hungry right now.
We're planning it out. Like, that's fun.
Yeah.
So, how about you? What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I think having a plan is important. I think that's kind of comes in line with budgeting. But not only having it, but sticking to it. And there's room for reevaluation as time goes on. But knowing, hey, maybe I'm locked into this for 6 months, and this is just how it's going to be, and I'm going to pay rent with this budget, and not changing that, because it's valuable to at least ride it out and see how it goes. Even if it Good is point. Like restrictive down like long term, now that is very tight. Especially for shoots and stuff, you have to understand, hey, if this is my rate, I got to stick to it for a few times, see if it's worth it. And if it's not, then you raise your rates. And that's why you keep data and records.
Which is important.
Yeah. Because if you don't keep data or record of purchases / payments / people paying you, you don't know what you're worth every year or something like that.
Exactly.
What your time is worth at the end of the time. So I have recently, starting in 2021, have been keeping like an actual logbook. Gavin has the best logbook ever, but I started doing it for my finances and my photo gigs, and it has changed my life because I don't have to guess on how many hours it takes for me to do a photo gig and edit it and send it to a client. I know, okay, $200 gets me an hour shoot and maybe 3 to 4 hours editing, and it is this rate. And I know every single time that's probably around the time it's going to take for the next client that wants a portrait shoot. And keeping track of the finances then says, okay, now in this 6-month period, 18 people said yes to my services at this rate. Could I charge double and have half the people, causing me less work for the same price or for a higher price? That's something to consider every year.
I agree, and it almost brings up on another good point. It's like every year, it's like keeping those logs and keeping track of those things. I mean, you find out that like, wow, like I've spent less money this year and I'm making more money. Or I need to budget for a higher price because I need to, like, maybe you're just starting out. I mean, a lot of businesses don't make money within the first 3 to 5 years.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just a statistic that's sad and kind of quite annoying and scary at the same time. But I mean, you got to think about it in retrospect as like you're planning out, okay, I am going to be making money by this time. And there's different people. I mean, we're excited to hear from what Caleb has to say because I know that through his stories and things that he has mentioned, I mean, he has talked about how he's been super real, super honest about how he's planned things out. and budgeted things, and how he's actually could have been making a lot more money within the first couple of years of his business if he would have done something differently.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's like not everybody. I mean, we're not equally versed in this. I mean, we keep budgets for ourselves, but I mean, are they completely accurate? Are they the correct way? Maybe, maybe not. But if we're planning ahead and you're budgeting and you're making, okay, like in 5 years, we're planning like silo, just random number, not accurate. Like we're going to be making like $10,000.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that could change.
That could change.
I mean, we can make less, we can make more, we could end up spending more than we actually, because some random expense came and happened. I mean, you got to be okay and be flexible with logging and being okay with, like, you got to keep it up. Like, you can't just stop. Because, like, once you stop, then your numbers are inaccurate.
Yeah.
So.
Dude, this month has been real.
It has been.
This month has been hard. This month has been tumultuous.
Ooh,
if you want to use that kind of word.
Big word.
Yeah. It has also paid off big time.
Amen.
It has also shown new paths. We've made new connections. We've done just our best at making something happen out of nothing. And that's what creation is all about. And we just thank everyone that's made it out to the event. Cultivate was so much fun hanging out with you guys. It was... Oh my gosh, I couldn't imagine it any other way, honestly. Like,
bro, we're already looking forward to the next one.
Ooh, okay. I see you. I see you. All right, guys. Catch you next time. See you later.
Yeah.